Welcome to EJH British Cars. So if you saw the previous video, you know I had a hip replaced recently, so I'm still kind of recuperating from that. So I've not been working on the TR2, but I found something to play with. As you know, I have a Stag, Triumph Stag, and the shock towers are starting to lean into themselves, which is fairly common, particularly where the car is over 50 years old now. So you used to be able to get a strut tower uh, brace, which no one seems to have anymore. So I was just sort of messing around on the internet looking, and I found a setup for a BMW. I think it's an E35 or something like that. That looked like it might work. So I kind of looked at it the other day. It looks like I'm gonna have to fabricate some stuff, but it looks like it'll fit. So I just thought I'd let you see how things go along with that. So let's go take a look at it. So here's the brace. So it's essentially this flat bar, but it's got a good offset because the air cleaner, well, we'll see it in the car, but the air cleaner goes in there. And then these two end brackets that go as such. So I'll show you what I found as far as it fitting this car. So the first thing is that the three holes are set at the right spacing, but I'm guessing that the BMW has those two outboard and this one inboard because this just doesn't seem to fit like that. And that's the same on both sides. You can see the angle of the brace to come in. So I'm gonna have to chop these off and make some brackets because the other thing I figured out is that the tops of these towers are at a pretty good angle, probably 15, 20 degrees. And the tops of the BMW one must be just horizontal because if you just, I tried putting this together on there and because it does that, it makes the thing fit wonky. So what I think I'm going to do is probably wind up making a couple of new brackets, but I'll make one taller, the inboard one, so that this bolt will sit horizontal to match that. The only other thing would be to try to bend this to match that angle, and where this is coming off at an angle, it's got two different bits to the angle, and I'm not sure that would work. So I think if I get it reasonably close to this being level when this is bolted down, that any small adjustments would be able to be made up in the bar, but not this much. So, I measured from the engine side of this bolt to the engine side of the same bolt on that side, and it came up with 31 3/4. And from this fender edge to the other fender edge is 42 3/8. It's just kind of curious because these towers are actually welded to this fender. This whole front end is welded together, by the way. So got a jack underneath it. Let's go pick it up and see what it does. Well, there's a real surprise for me that I just jacked this up and it's still at 42 3/8 and 31 3/4. I really thought that that would move. Guess it's stronger than I thought. I had noticed that the seams on the fenders to the hood are still nice and straight. So, well, anyway, it's not going to hurt to put it in. And I will probably set it with just a little bit of tension just to help it. So I'll go ahead and put this thing back on the ground. Hey, hit that like button. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is get these two ears off of this bracket and start laying stuff out from there. Well, there's the first one cleaned up. I just used a hacksaw to cut along the weld and then a grinder to get it flat. And that'll go on there something like that. And I'm thinking I may be able to reuse this ear like that, just to get it where it needs to be. With that zigzag there, get around that bolt pretty nice. And that'll be just about right. See where the other end is over there. So we'll go take the other one apart. So here's what I'm starting to think. Would weld this bracket here, turn that end in and cut it down so it fits underneath there, but you get another half an inch or so of weld in there, so that'd be good. I'll have to make a bracket that'll come across here, but it clears both those studs. I'll have to put this bolt in the other way, but I'll be able to get the nut on there all right. And the same thing over there. And one thing I thought to look at the hood, you see these right now, the top of that is just about the top of the hood line here. I don't know how well you can see that looking across, but they're just barely higher. But this strengthening bar in the hood falls right across here. It's just about there on this nut. So this is completely clear of that. This is well below that, so that's not a problem. But originally I was going to use the other longer bracket and come back this way, but I would have ran right into that, right into this thing here. So I think that'll work. So it's getting a little late in the day and my hip's getting tired, so I don't want to push myself too hard. So the next thing I want to do is really get this where I want it. I'll jack it back up again, get the weight off the front end so this thing spreads out however much it's gonna. And then I want to tack weld that bracket on. And when that bracket is tack welded on, you should be able to take this out, weld it properly, and then start fabricating the inside bracket, because the inside bracket, as you can see, will have to be inch and a half wide maybe. But I'll probably go like that with it and bring it back down so it lands. I'll weld it all the way to that front edge across, and then back this rear quarter. I managed not to bugger up the crossbar, so they can just leave that one all nice and factory finish. I did check. This is just about the height here, and as you look at that hood, it goes up almost an inch in the middle, so it should all clear. And it's a little bit tight to that, but can get in there okay, so that's not a problem. And to be honest, it's just two bolts and that bar comes out of the way, so if they were trying to do something on the engine, then it'd be easy enough to take out of here. So I'm going to pack it up, put it all away. It's starting to get cloudy. I don't know if it's going to rain again. We're actually going to be out of town for a couple of days, which will have been, you know that my videos come out a couple of weeks after I film them, so we'll be home again. So I'm not sure when I'll get back to this. I may tack weld it tomorrow, but I also noticed that my MIG welder is almost out of argon CO2, so I may just tack it and then think about it some more. When I start doing weird stuff like this, I like to think about it a little bit, you know, at night and all that. A lot of the times something dawns on me that I've forgotten about. So I'll see you probably in at least a day, if not a week. But of course, it'll be instantaneous for you. See you then. I think I got the first set of brackets built, figured out. So these are part of the cutoff brackets that I removed from the original. Trim them down. See, both ends of that nut is clear. These two nuts are clear. Even. About level with here, and don't forget that the bonnet goes up. This dips a little up below the bonnet line. So I'm going to tack these in place, and then we'll start thinking about making the other bracket, which is going to go basically just straight across here. And you can see the kind of angle that's at. I dropped the nose down just a little bit more than when we were playing with yesterday, just to clear the bonnet. So grab the welder, tack those in. So here's the first two brackets in place and welded, cleaned up a little bit. And of course, I got more brackets put on, more welding, so we haven't, cleaned for paint or painted or anything like that, but
we're started. You can see how much of an angle there is on that. It's surprising, isn't it? But we're off to a good start.
So I made the first outer ear up, and I'm just sort of dry fitting this to make sure it's all lining up. And all my angles this way look really good. But what I'm seeing is that's really close to there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bend in it here, like that way, bring it in about 1/4 of an inch, and that'll clear that up really nice. I mean, you can see the nut went by, but there's not really room for the wrench. But the important thing is that these angles are right. So this bolting that together will hold it in the right spot for me to weld it up. So this is my heavy duty Harbor Freight brake for the 20-ton press. There's actually a video about this if you go look under the folder for tool reviews. So I've marked this. The circle is the outside of the tube on the end of the bar. The line's about where I want this to be bent. And this is actually a little bit narrower than the tool, but we can make it work. On that piece, kind of hard with one hand. Let me put you down for a minute. I don't want to get it too close to the circle, otherwise it'll hold that tube out from being square. There we go. So there it is on the line, and it just slipped down. That's what I get for trying to film this. So I'm going to hold it with my other hand from the back, push it back up, and then we'll push it down, and we'll see if we can't get a picture for you guys.
So here's the bracket, all welded up, cleaned up a little bit, didn't go too crazy on it, and primered. And we're just going to put some Rust-Oleum Hammerite on that. I think that'll kind of match. This is the cap it's got. It's going to kind of match what's on the existing crossbar. So I've mounted the two end braces in. I have not tightened the bolts all the way because there is some slack, and if we need the slack to make the bar adjust correctly, I want to be able to use it. So the next thing to do is to fit the bar in between. So these brackets are a little snug on that, but you can put the bolt in if your windshield washer wasn't in the way. You can put the bolt in, push down, and it'll flex it out just enough to get it in. And go just like that. And then side it down. Bolt in through the high side, went all the way through, no problems. Put the nut and the washer on, and repeat on the other side. I did the other side first, but so as I put this in, I have 3 hands. Just hold that up just a little bit so that the slack is out of it, and then just tighten this up. It's nice and rigid. The only thing left is to tighten down these 6 bolts on the towers. I do have, that's just a little too close, so I'm just going to tighten that with a wrench instead of using the socket, because it interferes with the bolt going through. I suppose if you were just, taking that bar off to work on the car, you wouldn't be taking these towers off anyhow, and even if you were, you put the towers down and go like that. And there you go, there it's in, nice and tight. To say, I think it was like $82 by the time I paid the tax and stuff from eBay. There was no shipping, it was free shipping. These bits of metal, like this is a piece of metal that was from the original piece. This was just a little bit of metal scrap I had laying around, so I just needed about 6 inches of 2 by 3/32 bar. So you can see that one over there. So, pretty inexpensive. Oh, I should finish the job and put the washer bottle back together. But I like it. It looks good.
So hope you enjoyed all that. It was actually kind of fun to just to fabricate something instead of, having to crawl around under the car replacing rusty floorboards. And I'm still getting over my hip replacement. It's been not quite 5 weeks. It'll be 5 weeks, in a couple of days. Um, so I haven't really wanted to be, putting carpets in and stuff like that, but just stuff I could just lean over the top of the car. But it's doing pretty good. It can walk around. And wife and I actually went to Vegas for a couple of days last week, so I managed to walk around the casino and the restaurants and all that stuff. So all good. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and we'll see you next time. Oh yeah, and this is the shirt that my sister-in-law Ann gave me. She lives up in Montreal. It's my car guy T-shirt. So hopefully you can read all that. Thank you, Ann.